hello there. So this is just a catch up because I haven't done one for a couple of weeks. I've started to get into doing the shorts instead, and the reason why is because I don't have the editing equipment that I need, and I don't know. I'm at that point in my life where I've got 100 things going on all at the same time, and my attention span is very low at the moment as well. So I thought I'd just do the shorts and just put a load of them up because it's easier, because I can just put them up one at a time straight from my phone. If I do a proper vlog like this one, I've got to upload it onto my computer and then get that up later. But the thing is, I don't know if it's just my network or it's all of them, but the internet is very slow at the moment as well. And I'm finding that even putting up a video that's like 1.5 minutes long can take half an hour or an hour to upload, which is crazy. Because in some places that takes seconds to put up. So I'm just wary of that. But also, like I said, I've got so many things going on all at the same time. And my head's just all over the place. Now, that's normal for me, but when I wrote my book, that took me 5 months to do that, but I purely concentrated on that over winter because I was only working 2 days a week at the time, or 3 days, and I had loads of time to do it, so I really focused on that. But now that I'm full-time work again and I've got all my other stuff going on, my attention span's just gone. So that's one of the reasons I struggle to put the videos up. Another one is, what do you talk about? Because I can talk about absolutely anything. But my channel, it started off being called the Indigo Traveller because I came to Scotland nearly 12 years ago now. And when I did that, I thought I'm going to film all the places that I go to, because I've been to a lot of places in Scotland. And it turned into me becoming static. So I've been on this park for 6 years. And so it's become like a homestead. And I'm not travelling like I was. So when in the early days, I used to do like temporary jobs here and there, seasonal jobs. And in between all those jobs, I filmed all the places that I went and what I was doing. And when you're in the same place all the time doing the same monotonous stuff, what do you talk about? So I'm having to just go on to the shorts because I'm doing a lot of like day trips and jaunts and stuff. But I don't want to talk while I'm doing them because what am I talking about? So I'm just doing shorts, I'm concentrating on them. But every now and again I'll put a proper video up like this for people who do know me, to see that I'm still alive, still here, still doing my thing. I have got a few things up my sleeve, but it's better to talk about things once you've done them rather than while you are doing them, because I have got a tendency to start something and not finish it, and I call it rabbit droppings, right? So I've got like loads of rabbit droppings. You start a new thing, like a hobby or an interest or something, and you get so far with it and then you get distracted or you get into something else and then you just leave it. So it's better to talk about things you've done. So I've got Honey Girl once a week now, and I have her for a full day and we go on trips, and I'm finding that it's better to do that than have her overnight, because she's not enjoying the overnight stays, and I think she associates the van with Bonnie. Oh, I'm saying this, I've got her on Friday night, so I try and make it nice, but I feel really sorry for her because she just doesn't want to come to my van. So what I'm doing is taking her on some really nice days out, and we just go all over and we have a nice time. We go for a meal somewhere, and I try and make it as nice as I can for her, but it's just one day a week. So with Bonnie being gone now and Honey Girl gone off the park, it's just literally me by myself all the time now. And so I've got loads of time to research and write and do my thing. But I've took too much on again. so I'm going to try and back off from all that. Last week I got all my potatoes, I picked them all up, and I got 2 big pans worth of potatoes, and I shared them with a couple of people, and I'd done some foraging. I still haven't done a vlog on the polytunnel because it's not that good, but I might do one later. The weather is not very good at all. I mean, look what I'm wearing. I mean, we're in 1st of July today. So I'm going to go out regardless, even though it says heavy rain's coming later. So I've just been looking at what I can do today, and there's a few things. One of them is called Highland Fold Farm, and they make their own ice cream, and they've got a cafe open, so I haven't had no breakfast yet, so I think I'll go there first. That's down in Barcaldine. Then I'm going to take the back road. The crows are here for breakfast. I'm going to take the back road over to a place called, oh my gosh, I'll just talk while I'm doing it. I'm going to go into town later on. In the meantime, I'm going to go to a garden. What's it called? It's called Ard Chatton, that's it. Ard Chatton Gardens. It's a beautiful house. I've never been to it. It's only open in the season, and it's only open on a Wednesday. And because I'm on 4 days, 2 days rotation at work, the Wednesdays come around every so often. But now that I don't have the dogs with me all the time, I can go. And the reason I've not gone before is because I've had the dogs, and it's not a dog friendly place. So I didn't want to leave them in the car or the van on their own while I went off. So I'm going to do all the things now I couldn't do when I had the dogs. And that means I can go to nice places for lunch, like hotels, and travel to places like these gardens and castles, and do the things I've never been able to do. So that's my plan. So my days off are really cool and interesting. It's just a bit of a shame about the weather. If we had a beautiful summer's day, I would get on the ferry and film the ferry ride. But there's no point going if the sea's a bit choppy or it's raining, because that takes away from the experience. Because when I go on the ferry, I like to go to the cafe and get a coffee, and then go onto the top deck and sit outside and watch the world go by, and that's my favourite. So it's got to be a nice day for that. So yeah, there's lots to do. It's just the weather and whether I have the dogs or not. Dog now. And the time and stuff like that. But yeah, there's just lots to do. And that I've sold my 2 kayaks. I gave away my 2 bikes. So I've downsized on the pitch, and I'm trying to downsize my life, so if anything happens I can just go, and I won't have loads of stuff to deal with, so I can just take a few bits like I've done in the past and just leave. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm feeling I'm coming round a bit more now, but I have been feeling lost in a way on the park where I work, because I associate everything here with my dogs. They used to come to work with me in winter, and so they'd just snuffle around while I was working, and then in the season I always came home to them, and I come back for all my breaks and everything, and there was always my 2 dogs. And without them, it just feels different, and it doesn't feel the same as it used to feel for me. And I think you don't realise until somebody's gone that what made a place a home wasn't the building, it was the people in it. And I say people even with my dogs, because to me they're just as human as we are. But it's like this doesn't quite feel like a home anymore. It doesn't have the same feel to it, and I don't feel lonely, but I feel a certain kind of way, and I'm getting used to being by myself all the time, but it just feels like something's gone, And the reason I stayed here, not only because I love the location and stuff, but it was because of my babies. Because me and my friend Paul have shared those dogs for 11 years now. And, you know, we've kept a bond between us all because we both loved the dogs. We both loved them. And that meant we were tied to each other, which meant that we had to stay close to each other for their sake so that we could have access to them all the time. And so Honey Girl's only down the road. She's only 5 minutes away from where I am now. But I can't go so far away that I can't just see her even just once a week. If anything happened to her now, Paul would phone me and I'd be there within 5-10 minutes. But if I'm going so far away and anything happens, I'd just be absolutely devastated, you know. So I'm still kind of tied to the place. But it just feels sad. It feels sad because I was one of these women who got empty nest syndrome as well. When my children left home, each one that left a bigger space. And when my youngest left, it was like, it's just me. It's just me in a big house. For what? For why do I want to live in a big house all on my own? And I had to work full time to keep a house that I only was sleeping in the end. And I thought, this is not life. This is not living. I didn't make enough money to be able to enjoy my house. I couldn't even afford to fix things when they broke. Like, if the boiler went, I had to get a loan out. So this is the best way for me to live as a single person on a minimum wage job. And I write my books and stuff to try and get in a passive income, which I hope one day will take over this one. But that's not happening. So you need to buy my book, The Dark Sky by Kelly Falbrook, because do you know, my hopes and dreams, right? The book sells, I make enough money to be an author in my own right, and then I can live wherever I like. Would I buy a nice, like a camper van, an automatic camper van, and just live on the road? I don't think I could do that. I think I would have to go on campsites, because I don't like the being on the road on my own overnight. So I don't know what I would actually do, but my options would open up. And when you're single on your own, the world is your oyster. You can be wherever you want to be. You don't have to be stuck to one location or one job or one anything. So I'm in that area at the moment of I'm open to whatever comes along as long as it's right. But I'm not in no rush for something to come along, because I'm doing things to build up behind the scenes. One thing I would love to do is an audio book of my book, but it's just too noisy here. Every time I have a day off, these lads, I'm going to have words with this lad, right? Every time I've got a day off, they come round with a strimmer or lawnmower, so there's always noise, so I can't do any recording. And you need a proper studio sound, and I have got a studio speaker and stuff. But I also need to sort my voice, because with my voice, if you're doing an audio book, you've got to be coherent, and I'm too Yorkshire, and I talk too common, so I'd have to sort out how I speak, because I don't want to pay someone to do it for me, because I think the cheapest quote I got was £1,500, and this was for somebody who wasn't a professional. It was someone starting out, and they had a nice voice, but my book is written in Halifax, my hometown, and I thought I'd like to have someone with a Yorkshire accent. So, but is it worth paying somebody all that money just to sell one audio book or two audio books? You've got to think about it, you know, because I do lots of research on these things, and they're saying if you're going to do audio books, do it when you're getting somewhere with your book, because people only tend to go for stuff when they know who the author is, and audiobooks are very expensive. I think I was looking online and looked like $16.99 to listen to a book or something crazy, unless you've got a subscription. And I thought that is very expensive, but people are only going to want to... Shut up! Right, I'm getting followed by the crows, and it's my fault, right, because I keep feeding them because I love them, right, but they're annoying. I've even got the seagulls now. But, right, so you know about the mouse in the house situation. So for the last year, since I came in this van, I've had a mouse infestation in the walls, right, up into here, right. When we got told that Bonnie had cancer, sometimes things don't dawn on you till later. I haven't heard a mouse in my caravan for 5 weeks. So isn't that funny? Ever since Bonnie got really poorly and started to come to the end of her life, the mice left the van. And I don't know if they knew, because I believe that all creatures are all more intelligent than we give them credit for. They all understand things on a different level, right? But did they stop coming here out of respect because they knew it wound me up? I don't know. But when she got poorly, they just stopped coming. So that is weird, isn't it? I don't know why. But anyway, I'm going to go now. It's 11:05. I'm going to go down to Barcaldine to get some breakfast, and like I said, I'll do a tour from there to the gardens and then into town. I'm going to buy myself a rake, and I'm going to get some new boots and a bit of shopping. I might get some salad. That's all I'm eating at the moment, just salad leaves, which doesn't explain why I'm fat, to be honest. But just have a nice day out on your own, Kelly, and have a nice time. I've done my toilet, I've done my water. Living in a caravan, you've got to have this little routine. It's not like a house. So if you want a cup of tea, make sure you've got water in your barrels outside, otherwise it's a pain in the neck. So I always have 2 barrels full of water, so I can just rotate them rather than having to go and fill water up. And then I empty my toilet every 3 days. I have a shower in the shower block. I don't use this one because I'd have to collect water every day, twice a day, to have a shower. So it's better to just use the shower block. And cooking, I haven't been cooking because I've been eating salads. But I'm going to go... that's all right. Right, so I've changed my plan. You're going to go to the Island Fold for your breakfast. Then on the route there, go and get some chanterelles from your little secret place, and then go to the garden and then to town. So I keep adding onto my list. And while I do it, I've bought this little camera. Look at this. £18 it was, brand new, and I thought, it's going to be rubbish, but you can clip it onto your clothes. And I thought, I'm going to have a little try with this and see if I can get it to get some little snapshots of my journeys. And if I can, then I'll put these up on my shorts. So I'm going to have a go with this and have a look and see if I can get... Oh my gosh. You see what... You can tell I talk a lot, can't you? I'm one of these people who... I spend a lot of time on my own. And I don't talk when I'm on my own unless I'm chunnering to myself. But I think I'm one of those people who, when you come across, I don't shut up because I've got to get it all out of my system. And it's like those old ladies when you meet them in Tesco's and you say hello to them, and next thing you're having a coffee with them and you're hearing their life story. I think that's what I've turned into. I think I've just gone that way. I think you've got to get it all out of your system. First willing participant to listen to your story and then get it all. So anyway, I'm going to go and... Oh gosh, I'm all over the place. Right, I will see you later. And go and look at my shorts, because you've got to have 3 million views on them to get monetised. 3 million. So that, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go. Have a nice day and I will see you later.